Hello, Ma Xiaoyan.
Hello, Dr. Hong.
Hello, so I call you April because that is your nickname.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so welcome you to Nairobi, to Kenya, to International Livestock Research Institute.
Thank you.
You see, we are in our beautiful campus. Thank you for visiting us. So I want to have this conversation with you when you are visiting us this week, so that we can keep some of the memory, but also appreciate very much the visit and the delegation to ILRI. So tell us a little bit about you. I'm very interested in knowing about life of people, and since I met you, you have a lot of things to tell us. So yeah, so who are you? What did you do? What have you been doing to lead you here to Kenya?
Okay. Thank you again for having us here for the last 4 days, and we were quite happy, and the program was also quite impressive. My name's Ma Xiaoyan, that's my Chinese name, and I named myself April just for my foreign friends to remember my name easily.
Yeah.
So usually when on the international conversation, I just call myself April Ma. And I also make jokes that I'm Jack Ma's sister.
Oh, yeah, I see. Many people know him.
Yes.
By that name, yeah.
So I actually studied ruminant animal nutrition, and I chose this major. I think it is actually it happened in coincidence, but since my grandpa, he's a shepherd, so
really?
I got lots of animal knowledge from him when I was a child. That's why also the other day at the camp meet, when you were asking me, am I scared by all of this? No, I got used to it already.
Where are you from? Where is your grandparents from? By the way?
I grew up in Xinjiang, and I grew up and studied there. And after I graduated, I moved to Beijing. Actually, I had 1 year experience in Chongqing as an English teacher.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So now I see why the English is very good.
Yes. And after a year teaching English, I just realized it's not something I want. I didn't study for it, and I don't really have passion on it. So then I just looking for a new job, and it happened that Sino-Dutch Dairy Development Center, they're looking for someone. I just applied it, and I had an interview online. Then I came to Beijing. But unfortunately, the year when I was in Beijing, COVID happened. So for that 3 years, all of our international trips were cancelled. But that was why they wanted me to be there. Then I turned to do marketing instead in that center, because I also wanted to be closer to the dairy. And Sino-Dutch Dairy Development Center is also included all of the top dairy companies, both in China and Netherlands, and also unis. So that 3 years I learned a lot of things about dairy, both in China and Netherlands. And after that, our center emerged into JingWa Center. So as a part of dairy center. That's why in JingWa Center, the dairy part is the strongest now, because we actually have 9 years of Sino-Dutch Center background to support that center now. Dairy center in JingWa.
Oh, so the history of dairy sector in JingWa Center came from that organization.
Exactly.
You worked for them before.
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
So
That's how I got the job offer from JingWa Center, because part of the colleagues there are my old colleagues.
But that Sino-Dutch Center, so how did it work? So it was a kind of partnership between the two countries. By name, I could imagine that. Or what was the nature of that center?
To explain it in a simple way, it was more like all of the Dutch dairy chain, they want to develop or explore Chinese market. So they pay member fee every year to support us to do the things, activities. Actually, all of the things we do was based on the China dairy, China-Dutch dairy industry cooperation.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So actually, with what I'm doing now, China-Africa, I also can can use lots of experience I learned back then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, it's very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that the parent or the grandparent come from Xinjiang.
Yeah.
And when I hear about Xinjiang, I can relocate where it is in the west of China. But I have a very good friend from France, Jean-Mathieu Bach, working for a French institution ILRI. He was with me and he did a postdoc there. And he told me a bit, the context. They said, tell me a bit more about where you are from and how everything is in Xinjiang now.
Xinjiang is a huge province in China, and we are in the northwest of China. And I think we border with few countries, included Kazakhstan, Russia, Tajikistan. So the culture there is kind of mixed with Muslim culture and Chinese culture. And also the whole Xinjiang is divided by two parts.
Yeah.
We call it North and South Xinjiang. And in North you will see more nature view and huge landscape and desert and so on. And in South you will see more Muslim and Uyghur culture there. It's very popular and interesting, especially those last 2-3 years. We got lots of tourists going there in China and outside of China. Yeah, it's very interesting.
And as you said, your grandfather was a shepherd.
Yeah.
He's still there or not?
He passed away.
Oh, so I'm sorry. So I imagine that the livestock could be a very important activity in that area?
So back then, my grandpa, he has actually around 100 sheep. In Xinjiang we eat sheep a lot. Goat is not really a thing there.
Okay.
And we also had 3 milking cows. Yes. So I grow up with drinking fresh milk.
Okay.
That's why compared to the other Chinese people, I think I have a little bit less lactose intolerance.
Because you used to that.
Yeah, I got used to it.
Yeah.
I think like in our village, almost all of the farmers they have sheep. Just like depends on like how many you have. So my father has around like 100 something.
At that time.
At that time.
And it was a kind of already big farm in that area, or it was considered as a medium or small, if you remember the neighbors and all this guy around you?
I think all of us we just consider as individual farmers, like small, more like
small
family farm. It's not compared to the farming system China now. I wouldn't even see it as a farm. It's more like you just have some livestock and you buy and sell and maybe just to earn some money for living. Yeah.
So when you work on dairy sector with Sino-Dutch Center, so I could imagine that the target of the center was very much on large scale farm in China. It's not about 3 cows that the grandparents had at that time, but should be huge. Right?
Yeah. I think like in Sino-Dutch Dairy Development Center, the Chinese partner we have with Eastern Belt. I mean, from whole chain actually, we have one company represent one part of the dairy chain. So from farm, we have like regional representative from both Yunnan, Beijing, Guangdong, and Henan. So basically those part of different part in China. Yes, and we only choose the top one in that region that can represent that area.
Okay. Coming back to the childhood story, so you were born there, you was raised there, you studied really from the primary school up to university in the area. Yeah,
exactly. I had my studied kindergarten, primary school, middle school, high school in my hometown city, which is called Fukang. And Fukang we have one famous viewpoint. It's called Tianchi Heaven Lake.
Oh, really?
That is actually, I mean, many people are impressed by that view, but to us, it's actually just like beginning level of the beauty in Xinjiang.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So when tourists come, do they come to that place or they go in a more beautiful place?
If they have only one day in Xinjiang, then they will go there. But if they have enough time, that will be the last place they will go.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, really? So I would be interested in visiting you and that place.
Welcome.
Yeah. Okay. We talked about my Jean-Mathieu, my friend. He did his postdoc in a research institute Urumqi.
Yeah.
How far is from the house? That place?
If point to point from my parents' house to Urumqi city center, I think it's like 1 hour driving.
Okay, it's not far. So.
Yeah, it's not far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I studied in Urumqi for both my bachelor and master.
So university
in
is there.
Xinjiang Agriculture University.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's very good to learn about those stories. So now talking about a bit about work. So April, you are working for JingWa Center in China. So can you tell us a little bit more about the center? So what is this center? How did it come, and the main mission and activities of JingWa Center?
So the original idea of JingWa Center was actually it was a joint proposal by former mayor of Beijing, Mr. Chen Jining, and a former president of Wageningen University, Arthur Moore. Two of them. There was 1 year in 2018. Mr. Chen Jining, he visited Food Valley in Wageningen University, and Arthur Moore was the contact person. So he introduced the Food Valley to him, and they are also I think they studied in the same uni. So they know each other before.
In Wageningen University.
I'm not sure which university, but they studied before together.
Okay.
Yeah, and so Mr. Chen Jini, he really liked the idea of Food Valley and how it works, and then they did a joint proposal to Beijing City, and then the same year the Beijing Municipal Bureau of Agriculture and Rural Affairs, so this organization, authority, they get the CEU, China Agricultural University, involved in. So both CEU and Wageningen, they work together to make an implementation plan. And so JingWa Center registered in 2021 as a NGO. But NGO is the way how we explain. We actually have another word in Chinese, but usually we just explain to people it's NGO. Basically that Chinese definition is equals to NGO. So we're non-profit organization.
Not-for-profit organization.
Yes. We're fully funded by the Beijing government.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is he still the mayor of Beijing?
No, he's not he's work now in Shanghai.
Oh, he's in Shanghai now.
Yeah.
Shanghai is also a very big town, big city.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is establishment. So what do you do? What does JingWa Center do in terms of main activities and so on?
Actually in China, agriculture developed quite good, especially on the regional province. Since Beijing is capital of China, every single land is precious. So compared to other regional province, Beijing as the capital, we can't compete with them on growing and planning up like plantation everything.
Yeah.
So Beijing mainly more focused on the advanced technology and innovation. So JingWa Center, we exist. There's also another background, which is Beijing City is trying to make Pinggu, the agriculture Silicon Valley. We call it agriculture Zhongguancun. And then we need a core engine there, which is us, JingWa Center. So we work there as a platform to provide all different type of services to the companies, organizations, and unis. Say you're gonna have a campus there in Pinggu soon. Yeah, so this is what we do, and in different sectors, international cooperation, technology transformation, etc. And we also have 3 demonstration park, which is dairy, greenhouses, and arcade. Yes, and we only display the most advanced technology equipment there. And those 3 IDCs also work as a place for the uni to cooperate to do some joint research there. Yeah.
So if I understand well, so the JingWa Center is playing more kind of bringing people together, organization together to work in agriculture technologies.
Exactly. As you know, like also in Kenya, you do have different departments that are working on the same thing. But of course, all of you have your own things to do. So you need someone to put all of you together and to understand and how to work together in a better way. I think this is like the main thing what we do, that we help people to exchange information, domestic and also outside of China, like China with other countries as well. Yeah.
So when you talked about organizations, it means mostly Chinese organizations and Chinese university, or you refer also to international organizations to work with you?
International organizations as well.
As well.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have different kind of demonstration model. You talked about dairy sectors. You have dairy farm, etc. So tell us a little bit more about how it works, this demonstration farm, how it's structured, who run it, what is the objective, and how you operate this type of demonstration farm.
So everything we do in JingWa Center, we use one model, which is Golden Triangle. Like we try to link research centers, private sectors, and government together. This is, this is like the main model we're using. So for our dairy IDC center, use it as an example. The asset belongs to government, and then the operation belongs to the private sector, which the main partner we're cooperating with called modern farming. And then we JingWa Center, we use it mainly for research. Yes. And so on this farm now we have 500 cows imported from Australia. And the year when they arrived after quarantine and everything, they got inseminated. So since last year, I think we're starting having the babies, calves.
Okay.
So for now, I think we have in total 600 something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But the farm was designed for 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you still have space and you can import more
Yeah.
cows.
Yeah.
So is that farm open to public?
It is. It is. We also receive lots of delegations that are interested in agriculture. Like every day we have lots of people coming to visit. Yeah.
And what are some of the research activities conducted in that farm in collaboration with this modern farming company? Or just raise cows and make the productivity activities to show people how it works.
So JingWa Center, we together with Modern Farming and the Wageningen University Dairy Campus, three of us, we set up an institution called International Dairy Research Innovation Institute, and under this institute now the current project we're doing is carbon emission, and this is the joint research we do with Wageningen. The other one is also feed efficiency. Yeah. So we have lots of campaigns there to measure the intake and everything to figure out how to feed the cows in a better way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have activities, research activities there on that herd, but also open to public to show how it works, etc. Okay. Yeah. So that's very nice. Okay. So I have an idea about what you guys are doing in this center. So I see that you are the senior coordinator for African affairs. So that it sounds like a very nice position. So what is your day-to-day work and for this particular position?
Actually, I got this title last year in July, because before I was actually responsible for One Belt One Road countries cooperation, which we were actively like working with mid-Asia countries like Kazakhstan, Turkestan, Uzbekistan, those countries. But then later on, I had more interest in African markets. So I just applied for it, and so my boss, our director, switched me to this group. For now, we do have a few people working on this, but so far, me is the most active one, because since last year till now, I've been to Africa many times already, especially Kenya.
How many times already since last year?
I think to Kenya is like the 6 times.
Really?
And also visited South Africa, Nigeria, Ethiopia. So tomorrow I'm flying to Ethiopia. Gonna be my 2nd time in Ethiopia.
Okay.
Addis Ababa.
Within a year. Yeah.
Within a year.
Yeah, within a year. Okay,
yeah.
so you become an expert of Africa now.
I think I do know something about Africa now compared to last year, because the last year in July was my first time Kenya, first time Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What we do, what I do, is mainly so also based on the Golden Triangle thing. We try to link government institute, research institute, and private sector together. This is also one of my purpose visiting ILRI this time, because one of our partner, Tiancom Pharmacy company, they do have interest in investing in Kenya. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you are the bridge of JingWa Center in Africa, I would say, and you have a lot of contacts here. Okay. So we collaborated for the first time earlier this year in June.
Yeah.
To co-organize the Africa-China Agri-Tech Forum. Yeah. You know, but of course, you know, you was the main person to run the show. Tell us a little bit about that first forum we worked together in June 2025.
So we came up with this idea mainly because we were quite active in Africa for a year already, almost since last July to this year in June, and then so when the first year basically finished, we were thinking like how we want to do this. And since JingWa Center, we are also at the beginning of exploring African markets, and we wanna provide as many opportunities for our partners to communicate. I mean, though we're the bridge, but if we can bring everyone together, it will be even more convenient for everyone to talk. So this is the whole idea why we want to organize this forum in Kenya. And also before, like when we were talking all of the private sector in China, and we learned that most of the companies, they do think that African markets have a big potential, but due to many different reasons, you know, language, and also they don't know Africa. What we learned on TV is like it's not safe to go. So we're just thinking if we organize an event here in Kenya, and private sector, they trust us, so they will think, for sure they will think that if they join this event together with us, they don't have to worry about any other things. This is also why we want to do it in Kenya instead of China. Yeah. And so for this forum, we mainly want to get the industrial part involved to provide a platform for them to talk to the local private sectors, and also to the decision makers, policy makers, and so on.
Yeah. So we was very happy to support that event together with you as well. But as I said, you know, the show was very much done by the group, and I saw also people from Wafi coming, people from Accra here based in Nairobi, etc. So apart from our connection and interaction since we met, do you see any kind of, you know, perspective and follow up from that forum between the private sectors from China who attended the conference, the forum, and local partners here in Africa? When I talked about local, it's not about Kenya. I saw other country was there with you as well.
So far, I think that forum, the following up is more also based on the exchange, visiting, and so on. And also the private sector that joined this forum from China or Chinese, they are already in African markets. So for them, it's more, they join this forum to expand their connections, to explore more. And we do have some like other companies that are quite interested, but they didn't make it to come. For example, Yuko Poultry.
Okay.
We were really trying to help them to understand African markets. But I believe the second year we do it, we will be able to attract more.
Okay, so we are planning for 2026.
We are planning for
around.
And also because this year was the first time for JingWa Center to organize something abroad. So we're also learning and trying, like, you know, testing water to see how it is.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, I think that it was a successful event. You know, you could, you know, bring many partners. You know, I can make use of that as well. I like very much event. We met many people, companies, etc. And you know, I keep contact, and they even invited me to the company during my last visit over there. Okay, so now you are in Kenya. We have been together for a few days, and you are leading tomorrow with the delegation to Ethiopia. So what has been the purpose and activities of your trip here? and who are in the delegation for this visit in Africa?
So with my colleagues, we have another two. They're actually resting in the hotel now because they had a safari trip this morning. Dr. Su, he's the chef scientist of our proof of concept department, and Mr. He Zhiwei is his assistant, also work as a research assistant. And our main purpose here this time is for our scientists to understand what is ILRI doing here. And also because during the Dream Forum, our director also met with your director here. And that was also the first time for our director directly understand what is ILRI doing and everything. So he showed a lot of interest in ILRI and cooperate with ILRI. So he wants us to be here to fully understand what is ILRI doing, because before, every time when we come to visit, it was more or less we came with other groups and with other clients or partners. So this time it's like only JingWa Center here to understand, to learn about ILRI. And also based on the private sector, Tenkang, this company, their need, because they wanted to join this trip but they couldn't make it. So also on behalf of them, we're here to understand the ILRI's, to study or to learn ILRI's laboratory facilities and your research team, and how is everything, if it will be good enough to support in the future if they want to do something here. But obviously we're all quite impressed by the facility here in ILRI. I think it is more than enough for them to do the things they want to do here in Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you will see more our facilities and our research in ILRI campus in Ethiopia. But if you have one or two things to remember from this trip in ILRI, Kenya, so what would be the takeaway and the impression from these few days with us here?
The first thing I would like to mention is also the thing I told you the other day. I wanted to talk to you first. There's a few questions. I think for me, before I knew all of the CGIAR Institute through Professor Fan, it was more about like hearing from him, telling me how is it. But this time I just learned it myself and like see how you do with like what's the principle behind all of your work. I think I have a different definition to ILRI. This is thing one, and thing two is also about the lab facilities. Though I'm not a pro, but after we did a tour of the lab, I immediately asked Dr. Su what he think about these lab facilities.
So he's knowledgeable for the lab.
Yes. Also, Mr. He, they do quite familiar with all of the lab things. So their compliment was they think the facility here in ILRI can compete with the leading lab in China. Yeah, this is also like quite impressive, because before we came, we also had a conversation. Basically, them two were asking me how is it. I said I don't know, but so they did some assumption. They don't think it will be that good.
Really?
Yes. Because I mean that is not
that
because
was the perception. Yeah.
That's the well, they have that perception mainly because they think this is in Kenya. You know, like based on their like what they know about Kenya. Yeah, that's why they assumed in that way. But then we were here, we saw your after they saw your campus and visited your lab and also talked to your staff, I think they changed their mind. It's quite shocking in a good way. Yeah.
Thank you very much for the compliment. I think that we are an international organization based in Kenya, and of course we are one of the best organizations who have this level of equipment and facilities to do different type of research linked to livestock and food systems in Kenya and in Africa. In addition to that, you visited also some other Kenyan organizations.
Yes. Actually, like since last year when I was here, we were basically at the Kenya Investment Authority, and also another one called CAFIS, like it's
on plant health.
Yes, and that one, and this time Carol, even though I didn't make it myself.
But you did it last time
by my
on the Dairy Research Institute of Karo in Naivasha.
Yes, and can meet the private sector.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are the ones I visited.
Yeah.
Of course, thanks to ILRI, that's supporting us on these, that we can reach out to the other part of Kenya, especially local ones. Yeah.
No, it's pleasure. They are a good partner, so they are also very interested and very kind to host you as well. You refer to Professor Fan, so it's Shenggen, if you watch us afterwards, thank you for the connection you made so far for us, and we look forward very much to his, not his, but in his organization conference WAFI that will take place in a very short time in Beijing in October. Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much, April, for this conversation. I'm very glad to have you here and have this chat. And I hope that stay here in ILRI Kenya and in Kenya in general was useful. It will be useful, and I wish you and your colleagues a very nice trip to Ethiopia tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
And we see you very soon, and we continue working with you. Looking forward to strengthening this partnership between ILRI and China, but also to help you, to support you, to bring China into Africa. I think that China become more and more important in this world, and the work that you have been doing, or you are doing from JingWa, I see a lot of perspective and sense for the global development, in particular in the sector of agriculture, that ILRI and CGIA is very keen, and we have been working for this environment for the last more than 50 years. So thank you very much. See you very soon.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.